Two possibilities exist. Either we are alone in the universe or we are not. Both of them are equally terrifying. Quoted by Arthur C. Clarke. These were my exact thoughts on one Saturday night in 2019 as I found myself on a long drive to the Al Qudra Lake. It was unconventional given the bustling haven of Dubai on weekend nights. Some of us go to Dubai Mall, some of us visit restaurants, some of us go to fancy parties, and yet here I was, nagging my parents to take me on a long drive to Al Qudra Desert. I had been on the lookout for some dark spots with the least light pollution where I could just be within nature. And Al Qudra was the best fit as it was also quite close. As I set up my equipment there, I just lost myself into the sky. I just set gaze upon the heavens above me and I could not think about anything else. You know, when I mounted my binoculars on top of the tripod and I set my eyes through the eyepiece to view the constellations above me, I was practically left speechless because this is what I saw. This is the photograph I took. I mean, the beauty of Orion and the significance of the Canis Major constellation was just notably appalling. Now, for some time, I left my binoculars aside and just viewed myself into the sky. I just lost myself there. I wanted to feel alone. As I was in the process of that, after a while, it started to feel like I was connecting with the universe. It was as if I was trying to decipher a pattern, decipher a message. It was as if the cosmos was trying to connect with me, to tell me something, a message that was shrouded under the darkness. Well, so what was that message? It felt like a reminder. It felt like I started to realize something. Perhaps that was my bottle letter. You know, growing up, planes, rockets, planets, moons, stars, practically anything that was above my head just fascinated me, intrigued me. I mean, it was ironic considering that whatever I learned, whatever I intrigued myself with, technically flew right past my head, or was above my head. As I grew older, I delved deeper into astronomical sciences, and I fancied watching space documentaries, reading the writings of Stephen Hawking, as you can see here, The Brief History of Time, and loved listening to the podcasts, the Star Talk podcast by Neil deGrasse Tyson. The more I learned, the more I wanted to learn. I think something's wrong with the screen. Oh wait, never mind. Nothing's wrong with the screen. I know. It's nothing, right? It seems like it's absolutely nothing. Popularly known as the pale blue dot, this image was photographed by the Voyager 1 space probe from about 6 billion kilometers away from the Earth as it was threading past the line of Neptune. At first glance, this seems like a barren cosmic ground. I mean, you must have also been thinking, Aryan, what are you showing us, right? But if you see that pale dot right there, what if I told you that's Earth? That's home. That's us. And what better way to extrapolate its significance than what astronomer Carl Sagan did when he quoted, "All of humanity, from kings to peasants, from leaders to followers, from heroes, from teachers, from doctors, from scientists, from a father to his family, from evil to its bane, from wars, from peace. Amongst everything anyone has ever known since the dawn of time and civilization has lived out their lives on that pale blue dot, adrift all alone, suspended in a single sunbeam. The universe modified my perspective altogether. Its vastness is just incomprehensible, and when you put it all into a single frame, all of that you can imagine, it's all mind-boggling. This is what it looks like. You see, that's us, and then that's beyond, all of it that's beyond us. It's absolutely magnificent. You know, when I set gaze upon the constellations above me and I look beyond, as I said earlier, it feels like as if the universe is trying to connect with me. I'm trying to relate myself with the cosmos itself. We often face challenges in our lives. You know, our challenges, our problems can seem like black holes to us. But don't you think that in the grand scheme of things, they're just simply stones left unturned? Our stresses, our tensions, they take us all down. But don't you think that in the grand scheme of the universe, the cosmos, they're just chemicals hijacking your brain? The universe flipped my outlook on life altogether. You know, when we propel higher and higher into the atmosphere, our geographical divisions, our political boundaries all fade away. Then why is it that we discriminate ourselves from the true priorities of life? You must be wondering what those are, Aryan. Well, let me take you on a small journey to the boundaries of our solar system, where the sun's heliosphere extends and protects us from harmful cosmic interstellar radiation. Now, as we come closer towards the Earth, we see that our own Jupiter protect us from the space rocks that's there in our asteroid belt. It consumes them like evening snacks. As we come even closer, we see that the moon is just barred with craters. And finally, we land back on our Mother Earth. And what do we see right over there? We see that our own magnetic fields and ozone layers work tirelessly to protect us from the sun's magnetic radiation. They protect us and deflect away the harmful ionized particles. Why did I take you all on this journey? You must be wondering, all of these scientific facts, all of these studies and research. Because this is where we need to realize that the universe and nature go hand in hand. You know, as I spoke about earlier, it's one obscured part of my letter. I personally feel that the cosmos plays a significant role in taking us towards understanding and connecting with humanity. But what exactly is that? What is the significance of all of this? Well, if we see right here, ladies and gentlemen, time is of the essence. Time is extremely short on hand. So, I know this seems all very complex, it hits us hard, but why is time exactly short on hand? Because on the cosmic scale, where millions of years feel like just a few minutes, it's like, you know, our lifespans are completely atomic. Yet, as I took you on that journey before, our lives are protected, so revered, so persevered. And why is that? That's because what I realized is that unity, harmony, and happiness, these are the binders of the human civilization. And the final signature of my letter. You know, all of us live different lives, right? But we have one thing in common, and that is our earth, our home. We all want to live happy lives at the end of the day, isn't it? And what if I told you that Mother Earth has it all for us? If we look at the cosmos and gaze at it, we learn that the true priorities of life lie all within us. It's only when we come together, when we work together, is when we realize what our Mother Earth asks us. All our Mother Earth asks for us is to be harmonious and remain united. It has it all kept waiting for us. It asks us to understand our uncertainties of life. It understands our innate needs to be with the unknown. I would like to end my talk with one final signature and one final takeaway from the letter with which I resonate with the cosmos. Time is definitely short on hand. We need to live out our lives to the fullest, ladies and gentlemen. Cherish our moments with our families, with our friends, and set our goals in life, keeping in mind our collective humanly priorities. To be one with nature, with the protectors, with the balancers, with the cosmos. And finally, if there is anything that's unique and notable about humanity, it's that the innate spirit of humanity to be wanderers, to be explorers, and to be problem solvers sets out us apart. And that takes us beyond our individualistic existence, and that connection resonates with the universal scale of the cosmos. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into my TED Talk.